At least not when in a platforming game. He becomes slightly more intelligent when he picks up an implement of sports. Though one could argue that he's really just under the control of an invisible hand. Yoshi is a lot like the economy. Sometimes he falls down giant pits in order to save one individual. Other times he breathes fire. And sometimes when he hits the ground, he creates a large amount of noxious gas, devastating those in his path. This is why the economy is such an important issue right now. Because I am speaking nonsense. Okay, that was another accidental save state, but I hit the run button mid-jump in order to actually make that jump possible. I should probably bind the save state to something other than pressing down on the analog stick that I'm using to move. I think this level requires a lot of running jumps to be possible. That pipe did not look at all suspicious. It was just random hunch that led me to activate it. This reminds me a lot of a particular spot in Yoshi's Island, actually. Except I think that one was more devious because it pretended to have a point when it really didn't. This is also one of the few spots when there's a walkable cloud tile in this game, I would think. Which, again, cuts off with the pipe next to it in an unprofessional manner. I'm not sure if these fuzzies are supposed to actually be threatening or not. But again, running has to be necessary. They appear to be actually threatening. This level goes against all that I hold as part of this challenge. I get the feeling that it might take a while. So we're just going to break the challenge entirely and run for a while! Into a pit. Alright, hey everyone, this is Shagg. We're going to play something with high energy for once. Just gonna run through the entire level and kick the crap out of every Koopa. Multiple times, in fact, because we appear to be messing with the time continuum, resetting it to our greatest and worst desires whenever we freaking want to. Because, you see, we don't want to die. And the best way to avoid dying is to manipulate time, because you want to tell the story right. So you gotta run! Run everywhere. One original idea I had was, rather than just casually strolling through the entire game, I would do two-player with myself and play one character entirely rushing face forward and like never turning around, and the other one casually, which would be quite silly. But now that we've gained the feather, we can again calm down a little bit. This is kind of this is like a PG manic depressive LP right now, because what the heck are you supposed to do here exactly? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, because why not? Is that the secret exit? Is the fake exit just down there? Is it one of those levels? It would appear to be. We had to break our rule. And by secret exit, I apparently mean the false exit of devils and trickery. I guess one is expected to get there through other means. There is a conspicuously blue Koopa there. One who makes the Yoshi fly. Perhaps we must do something very specific here. So, excuse me while I break the entire point of all these videos multiple times within the same time span in order to give the game what it wants and allow myself to progress. As a compensation, we get a catchy beat, perhaps. Now, we must not lose this horse. This dinosaur. It is very important. Oh, I guess this is an enabled thing early on. So really, we don't have to rush through most of this level. As long as Yoshi does not swallow the turtle shell before its time. Which almost happened. Thankfully, a phone call intervened and gave us another shell to ingest. Now the professionalism of this LP keeps going up and up. And I forgot you had to actually multiple. You don't hold the button to fly, is what I'm attempting to say there. Each button press is a flap of the wings. I suppose it would also be possible to get here with a cape and presumably fly to this exit. This sort of trickery is not something which I knew the original game indulged in. I thought it would be merely ROM hacks and other such territory which would require you to fly under the goal. But I guess it had to originate somewhere. Here we are at Chocolate Fortress. Bleh. Where Yoshi is not allowed, because the amount of chocolate would cause him to drool so much that the world would be flooded. Speaking of amounts of chocolate, guess we have to leap over the molten chocolate because we have not accessed the red switch. It would seem that the later parts of this game grow less and less accommodating to one's casual strolling. Judging by the fire breath, this chocolate may also contain very spicy things. I'll do my best to keep walking, I say. I say I will. Perhaps it's the amount of sugar and chocolate energy molecules which make Mario so desperate to run through this area. We'll pretend that that makes sense for the benefit of this. That thwomp was not very evenly placed. The red blocks that exist only to thwart this one thwimp. For some reason that seems familiar. Thwimps are kind of ridiculous after a point. They're not really utilized that much either. Excuse me, sir. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Here, the blue switch which we stumbled upon helps us for like one time in the entire game. I'm glad it could be of assistance. I will have to take this hit. Please join me in pretending that the previous failure did not actually occur. Oh, it makes this easier for everyone. Wait, what? That fireball clearly went through Mario, but it did not cause him any harm. Maybe Mario is part Wiggler. Okay, screw you guys. I probably didn't have to do that last minute dash, but as we have already been breaking the rule, we might as well continue to do it. My ethical standards are definitely top-notch, as you can see. And I completely forgot that this was here. I get the feeling that this might last a lot longer than initially intended. Funny how I actually forget this level, because I actually see it fairly regularly whenever I touch ROM hacking. Oh wait, I never do that anymore. Ha, that's almost a joke at my own expense. But basically I have seen this level pop up in the editor occasionally. Notable for its use of these strange diagonal platforms mostly. Which for some reason, unlike other slopes of their steepness, are not particularly slippery. Also, that's kind of a blind jump. Even the original game of Super Mario World does such nastiness as that, I see. What can we really trust or hold sacred anymore, knowing this? That's a good question. Oh, and hello, giant moles. I was going to say something, but you derailed it, like, almost immediately. And hello, further cutoff, in the form of a pipe leading into a small bone. How logical that is up to the you to decide. Up to the you. Yes, that's right. Well, your assistance, please. No? Ugh. Feel like I am missing something. I do not have very good mole diplomacy. That's how I will put that one. Oh yes. I did come up with something to say earlier. My use of save states and running, occasionally, can be excused by different definitions of the term casual when referring to this stroll, meaning that I casually adhere to the rules, meaning that I don't. It's a very useful word. Oh, I should have seen that one coming. This is just getting silly now. Perhaps Mario should be rightly allowed to run when the time limit is running out. Mario is only allowed to move at the speed of the music. It's like that Beat Block Galaxy, but a lot more literal or inconvenient. Oh, Reznor. You are physically incapable of doing anything as long as I stand on a certain part of your Ferris wheel. Now let's see if I can figure out the mystery of the elevated diagonal platforms or not. So far, so good. The mystery is fairly limited in scope. Sometimes it requires things to be in proper synchronization. I guess getting here with a Yoshi does solve the problems yet again. Rather violently, I might add. Oh, this pipe does not actually serve a purpose. Other than visual decoration. I'm sure Yoshi will enjoy that lifetime supply of boiling chocolate. It is a lifetime supply because one's life is very shortened by encountering such a thing. Chocolate Island drags on quite a bit, doesn't it? Here one would ask the question, why should I press a P-switch? What purpose would such a thing serve? Other than danger. The P-switch here is no doubt also a metaphor for the economy, wherein the P-switch, turning blocks into coins, represents overspending, and the consequences hidden by the blocks that have been turned into coins reveal the true nature of money and the evil of man. And these fish are the poor, somehow. Probably because you can kick them. You know, if you're abusing the power of money and all that. This suspiciously orange pipe is not a metaphor for anything. I had to run in the air there, which barely counts because it breaks physics already. I think I might have to run here as well. It would appear that moving at a quick pace is sometimes something that cannot be helped. Luckily, I was able to sacrifice multiple football players to atone for my mistake. Finally, the castle of the Chocolate Island, run by Wendy, aka that one female Koopaling, living in a state of decadence, surrounded by chocolate and death. Decadence, maybe. These solos are not for the casual worker. I had to do another running leap. Chocolate is a merciless person / object. It doesn't take kindly to self-imposed limitations on one's movement speed. Nor do buzzsaws, the only tools available for cutting industrial-grade death chocolate, for understandable reasons. Guess we might have to be running a bit again. Slightly unfortunate. That buzzsaw was apparently not satisfied with committing suicide only once. This is the fault of power tools. They're never satisfied with anything. Ah! Okay. Please ignore that break of character, if such a thing is something I can be called to have in this instance. It's likely that I'm still displaying more emotion, or at least emotional range, than... wow. That was kind of terrible. I was getting at making a joke at the Silent Hill 4 protagonist's expense. Silent Hill 4 LP, courtesy of Raw Mithril, now ongoing as of recording of this. Depending on how spiteful I choose to be, I could delay uploading this until it is complete and thus make that outdated. However, there's absolutely no point in doing that. Time to break character! Ah ha 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 ha. Oh. That could have gone better. One day, Wendy. One day. This day. Someday this day. You will fall. First I actually have to get to you. Unless you'd just like to fall on your own. That's acceptable. A little less work to do that way. I guess I've stopped caring about, you know, the rule governing this entire proposition. Still doable up to a point. That point is this one, where there are multiple serrated points to be dealt with. Now then, perhaps we can... I don't have a rewind key. Oh, the devastation that occurs in this video. Oh, woe is me. Woe the heck out of this game. This video is no doubt over an hour in length now. My superior ability to judge time has made sure of that. If this video is in fact under an hour of length, you may treat yourself to a small snack of your choice. Or perhaps, if you decide to make this into a drinking game, you may take a sip for every exaggeration of time or any other unit of measurement that I ever make. That's a fairly common thing I do. You can also take a drink for every save state I use. And every time I have to use the run button. And every time I should have used the run button, but I don't. Heck, why don't you just take a drink every time I jump? Now on to the second half of Wendy's castle, where Wendy demonstrates a complete deviation from the theme of the first half, whatever that theme was. The theme of this half is boring. Screw it, breaking character. Well, that's lovely. Thank you, accidental save state. This is just getting silly now. Did you ever think to yourself, I wonder, how many times can someone possibly die in the original Super Mario World? I'm giving you time to think that to yourself. Because the answer is quite a lot. Oh, right. Okay, I think I've stopped caring at all right now. As indicated by my spectacular performance. I'm just going to run through everything. Hopefully we can get to an actual somewhere by doing so. Somewhere other than the pits of despair, thank you. Why don't I have a rewind button bound? This is seriously terrible. Perhaps such an idea of this was foolish from the start, but the start obscures the foolish nature of the world. The start itself is the home for fools, where fools begin, where fools may thrive. But when fools stray into territory not meant for fools, then what? Well, then you move on to the next tarot card, I guess. That would be the Magician, for those keeping count at home. Run! And now a pause. Now more running. And now we are actually at Wendy's. Wendy is an interesting specimen, because she, like that other one, no doubt one that starts with an L, is capable of having fake target dummies, as well as enlisting the aid of potobos, and furthermore, dwells primarily in the habitat of the inside of pipes, thus making her room changeable to the average ROM editor. Mario, having broken his vow of slowness, destroys Wendy's castle in the least sensical way possible, calling upon the powers of Mario Paint. Wendy has sung her last song. Wendy, being a singer, is never a fact that is recalled or really looked upon again. Then again, Ludwig composing is not used either. So here we have a sunken ship. But that will be for next time. Doot 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 doot. See, that's because I said Mario Paint about 12 seconds ago. It's a joke.